evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Grand River Raceway for this Monday evening. Our first race will go to post in approximately 20 minutes. A little cooler this evening, but nonetheless, a dry track, fast track. Temperature will be recorded as 15 degrees Celsius for the evening. Shall we get a look at the changes on this evening's card? Note that race number 1 has no changes. No changes, race number 1. In race number 2, Wifey Said So, the driver is going to be Ed Hensley. Ed Hensley will drive number 2. Wifey Said So in the second. In the third race, no changes. No changes, race 3. In the fourth race, scratched is number 2, Man Eater. Race 4, scratched to Man Eater. In race number 5, scratched is number 4, Maintenance Man. Race 5, scratch for Maintenance Man. Races 6 and 7, no changes. No changes. Races 6 and 7. Race number 8, number 1, Sir Lucknow. A shoe change, steel to flip-flops up front. And races 9 and 10 have no changes. Once again, reviewing races 1 and 2. Race number 1, there are no changes. And the second race, number 2, Wifey Said So. The driver will be Eddie Hensley. It is 17 minutes to post time, and time to welcome in our handicapping expert and all-around good guy, most of the time, from Newmarket, Ontario, Robert Reed Jr. How are you doing, Rob?
Winback Farm of Canada is home to 8 outstanding pacers, including $2 million earner and O'Brien Horse of the Year betting line, who is new to Canada in 2022. Look for first crop yearlings from these 3 standout stallions in 2022. O'Brien Award winner and earner of over $1.4 million, Jimmy Freight, Horse of the Year and richest pacing stallion in harness racing history, McWicked, and O'Brien Award winner and Metro Pace champion, Stag Party. Also standing millionaires, Art Spink, Better Than Cheddar, Better's Delight, and Shadow Play. For more information, visit winbackfarm.com. That's winbackfarm.com. Winback Farm of Canada is home to 3 exceptional trotters. Archangel, sire 2 2021 Super Final winners, Fashion Frenzy and Twin B Archie. My MVP, sire 2021 Ohio Sire Stakes Final winner Herculesa. Look for My MVP's first Ontario crop and 2-year-old stakes action in 2022. Trixton sired many 2021 stakes winners, including Quattro de Julio and Beltassima. His first Ontario crop will fall in 2022. For more information, winbackfarm.com.
Let's try that again, shall we? Welcome to a magnificent Monday night of racing here at Grand River Raceway. 10 dashes on tap, and it's 8 minutes to post. You know what time it is? It's pick five time. Gary and I, as always, have mapped out some suggested tickets for you. Make sure you map out your own winning tickets. The guaranteed pool is $2,500, and it all gets started in the opener this evening. Let's take a look at the tickets we've mapped out for you, and I'm keeping in mind pretty cheap tonight, pretty affordable. I'm going to play it pretty thin throughout the sequence, and oddly enough, in the opener, I'm going to go three deep. And that's the most we're going to use throughout this pick five. The 1, 2, and 4 in the opener, I think Greystone Treasure's the one to beat. I understand why she will likely be the favorite. Carnival Heart is intriguing to me. We've seen that driver change work before on one that we'll see later on in the card. And I just wanted to maybe look for a price here in the opener. So I'm going to go three deep with a 1, 2, and 4. In the second race, the 1 and 6, we got 2-year-old fillies, and the majority of them making their first career start. I watched the qualifiers, and the two that stood out the most to me were the 1 and the 6. I believe they'll be the two that do take the bulk of the support as well. So two deep in that race. Race 3, we're going to single Jam Outspoken. That was the one I was referring to earlier. We saw Brett McDonald jump aboard this one last time. Easy winner was an easy winner before that as well. So two in a row so far for JM Outspoken. Does face a bit tougher tonight, but I think she will handle this transition upwards and be able to handle that group. So singling there. So just 3x2 to start us off, and we're going to finish it off just 2x2, especially because of the scratch of the 2 Man Eater in race 4. Was going to use that mare. Now we're down to just the 2 fillies, the 1 and the 3 All Electric and Miss Italia. And then finishing off with a pair of horses too. In the money leg race 5, the 1 Brave World is my top selection, but the 5 Legal Better is interesting to me because back in the bar now of Shane Arsenault off the claim, and I think this looks like a spot that he might be able to get back to the winner's circle. So just I think we're even cheaper than that. No, we're $4.80. Yeah, $4.80 for a 20-cent ticket. Keeping it cheap tonight. Let's see what Gary Guy has in store for us.
Well, I spent a little more money because I have money flush in the pick five account. There's your humble brag. But I only took 2 horses in the first race, the 1 and 2, so I've left out the 4 Carnival Heart. And in the second race, you watched the qualifiers? Yeah, I didn't. So you probably could be right with the 6 on top. But I have the 1 and 2, so a little opener there that things could maybe go your way. The third race, I included also 4 Rockabilly Cockshot. In fact, that is my top pick, and then Jam Outspoken second in that one. In the fourth race, I have 3 horses. Well, apparently I have 2. 1 and 5. 1 and 5. I thought I had 3, but that's correct. 2 scratch. Christine just clued me in. 1 and 5. And then in the fifth race, I have 1, 5, and 6. I do see your legal better, but Casimir Ritchie P was good. Brave World should be the one to beat in there. So my ticket is $9.60, I believe. And, well, Rob, we're just going to go with that.
All right. Well, listen, I like it. You know, you give yourself some options throughout the sequence. $9.60, spending a bit more, but again, using other ones where there's going to be some shorter prices. But the one thing I like is that there's some paths to glory for both Gary and I. Hopefully, we'll both be able to cash a ticket. Gary's been making all kinds of money on these pick fives so far this meet, where I'm still, probably looking to hit my first good one here this evening. But we got 4 minutes away.
Yeah, I really love it when we can both win. I really love that.
Yeah, because you're such a team player.
That's me.
That's the thing. I mean, always count on Gary to, try to get me to cash a ticket here at the river. But 3 minutes away until the horse will be moving out onto the track for the opener. And Gary and I will come back after the post for a closer look at the opening dash.
field for race number 1 is on parade. 1 Greystone Treasure, Scott Ray for Jack Ray and Remy Papadopoulos. And number 2, a Black Diamond, Colin Kelleher, Kyle Bossons in Brad Gray. And 3 is Pacing Down a Dream, Scott Culliver, John Yake Jr. and Doug Millard. Number 4 is Carnival Heart, Brent McDonough for Julie Walker and Dr. Terry Fried and Darlene Carr. And 5 is Bright On Better Be, Garrett Rooney for Kendall Ron and Brighton Farms. And number 6, Katie's Delight, Jay Harris for Sean Stacy and Steve Klonowski. Number 7, I'm Diabolical, Ryan DeRoche for Brenda Duncan and Dave Duncan. 8 is Chambro Stormy, Paul McKenzie for John Ryer. And number 9, Steely Dawn, Tyler Borth for Bud Sinclair and Lindsay Sinclair. It is a field of 9, race number 1. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, we're going to start with Rob's top pick, Even Money on the board. This is a mare that's already done a lot of racing in the 4-year-old campaign and already has 8 wins after 6 wins last year. 19 starts. Even Money, Greystone Treasure, Rob.
Yeah, Even Money, and I think she's a deserving favorite in here. High percentage winner, as you mentioned, and she's never really off the board very often. She was a horse that I thought was more of a condition claimer type. She made the transition up to $9 of 50,000 life, was a winner in this class at Western Fair 4-back, and I thought has raced well, enough 2-back here at Grand River, and then last time, of course, made a break in stride. My concern with her is that can be a little bit, finicky at times and can get a little bit steppy. She's got the rail to work from that should work to her advantage, but one that, I wasn't willing to be married to here in the opening leg of the pick 5.
Well, one that is offering really good value right now, I didn't see this one being 8-1, and I can't see it staying there, is to a Black Diamond.
Yeah, Black Diamond I thought would be more like 3-1. So 7-1's a big overlay, especially considering its third start back off a layoff. We love these connections, Boston St. Kelly. We've seen these connections really step up and, second and third start back as well. And I don't think the efforts have been that, poor, really. I mean, now when there's a 3, a Georgian advanced positions to finish 4th. Last time got a really tough trip before finishing in the same spot and took a lot of action in that race. So I think that, if you were on her last time, you have to come back to her today now at 5-1. But either way, anything more than I'd say like 3-1, and she's a win ticket.
And you also look back to her record last year, earned more than $2,000 a start. And if you look at that Georgian down start, pretty big back half, 55-3, so from off the pace. But 5-1, love that price, my top pick. Number 4, Carnival Heart is one that you also included in your pick 5. And, well, the form right now isn't good, but this is a mare that we saw some good things out of here last year as a 3-year-old.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And it was around this time last year, and that's kind of why I'm thinking she might really turn it around right now. So between June 21st and July 26th here at the River last season, she had 4 starts, 2 victories, and 2 seconds. And it was really her best starts of that entire year. So I think we might see this one step up her game a little bit. And we saw last time with Jam Outspoken, this same driver change to Brett McDonald, proved positive. Did win the week before as well, but I think even stepped up his game. I think we'll see that tonight from Carnival Heart. And I'll be honest, right now 8-1, I think she's the value on the board. She took a lot of early money. I said, okay, she's gonna be a big underlay. Right now, big time overlay at 7-1.
Those are the first 3 pretty much on everybody's mind and the tote board. But for a 4th one, the money's pretty evenly spread after those 3. You went with number 3, Pacing Down a Dream, 20-1.
At 20-1's, I think, a big price on this horse as well. I look at last one, okay, no chance, got away 8th off the gate and finished back there. Pacing Down a Dream is one that I've seen her, flash some early foot in the past. She hasn't shown any lately, but maybe she just get away and hide her in the pylons tonight. Get relatively forwardly placed, stay put, and then maybe get a piece of it. 21-1's a big number, and I mean, for this to really pay anything, you can't have it come in 1, 2, 4, any combination of that. So you've got to split one. I think she's one that can do it.
The one that I went to for the 4th spot was number 5, Bright On Better Be. A pretty decent start here 2 races ago, and also this is one that's got almost 30,000 in 20 starts.
Yeah, and she's had a good season. I mean, she had some real nice efforts at Western Fair, and I think that she could raise her game a little bit tonight. I looked at the replay last time, and it was between her and Pacey Down a Dream. I just thought she could have finished a little bit stronger. She was kind of fading on the end of it, so I did go in the direction of the other one.
And also favored Garrett Rooney's actually been pretty effective of late, and on the year he's got a 315 driving average, so he's been racking up some numbers. It's a field of 9 for race number 1. Greystone Treasure, a Black Diamond, and Pacing Down a Dream on the inside. In the center, Carnival Heart and Bread on Better Be. To the outside, Katie's Delight. I'm Diabolical and Chambro Stormy. And the second tier, Steely Dawn, Greystone Treasure, now is the 6-5 favorite as to a Black Diamond has dropped down to be 3-1 second choice. The field for the first of 10 dashes on a Monday night, gathered in behind the gate at the river. Here they come. And the field for race number 1 is at the start of the off end. Carnival Heart, a Black Diamond, a Greystone Treasure, Pacing Down a Dream, Brightown Better Be, and the field works their way around that first turn. Greystone Treasure has got the front. A Black Diamond is wanting to squeeze into the pocket and does so in front of Steely Dawn. Then Carnival Heart, and then it is Pacing Down a Dream, and Brightown Better Be, and Katie's Delight, and I'm Diabolical, and Chambra Stormy trails the field. Greystone Treasure's got the front for Scott Ray as they race their way past the opening quarter in 28-1. A Black Diamond is getting the trip, and Steely Dawn is third. Carnival Heart is racing fourth, then Pacing Down a Dream. Brightown Better Be now is moved to the outside, then Katie's Delight. Trailing pair Chambro Stormy on the outside. I'm Diabolical on the inside. Greystone Treasure and Scott Ray with the front over a Black Diamond and Colin Kelly as they come up to the half. And then racing on the outside now, Carnival Heart coming first over is about to grab third and take it from Steely Dawn. 58-2 is the halftime as they work their way on into the backstretch, and Brightown Better Be is now spotted second over, but it's still Greystone Treasure with the lead. A Black Diamond is right there in the pocket. On the outside, Carnival Heart, Steely Dawn fourth, and then Brightown Better Be and Pacing Down a Dream. Katie's Delight and I'm Diabolical, and Chambro Stormy, Greystone Treasure. A Black Diamond and Carnival Heart is getting closer now as they hustle on to 3/4, and right now it is Greystone Treasure, Carnival Heart on the outside second, and a Black Diamond is down on the inside third, waiting for the passing lane, 3/4 in 127. Greystone Treasure, Carnival Heart is looming, and a Black Diamond is third. Then Brightown Better Be and Steely Dawn, they come on down the stretch by Greystone Treasure. A Black Diamond looking to dart up the passing lane, 3 across the track, and in the center of the track it is Greystone Treasure up the inside of Black Diamond to make it really close. Carnival Heart and Steely Dawn. Maybe a Black Diamond, but just a maybe because it's tight at the finish.
Yeah, I thought that was really tight at the finish there. I thought that the leader might have hung on there. Listen, we had those three, or I had those three in the pick 5, Gary, and I really thought Carnival Heart might go by. That was a big effort first over, much improved effort for Carnival Heart, but just couldn't get to the leader, and then lost the position before the wire with a Black Diamond up the inside. But yeah, it's close for the win.
I think one won it now that I see that play. And I actually, after I thought maybe, I realized, yeah, I was cheering. It was the one.
Yeah, it was, this horse, I mean, Greystone Treasure is really tough as nails. I mean, she's been like this all season, and, she gets to the lead. It was a pretty good opening quarter, 28-1, gets that breather, and then takes on, Carnival Heart for a lot of the mile, and then, hangs on the stretch. I mean, she's the type that when she gets the lead like that, she doesn't give it up very often. Really strong season for this one. Another nice effort tonight.
Well, by inches, but it is a win. Greystone Treasure, that was a really solid, and also a Black Diamond. Those were the two we thought were the top two on the board. And Carnival Heart raced pretty darn well and is going to land on the ticket, and that was right that you expected Carnival Heart to turn things around.
Yeah, I did. I mean, she got bet down to 3-1 before the start there. I mean, a lot of late money came in, and I think she's one you got to keep an eye on. Around this time last year, she got, really hot, and I think that today, we saw a much better effort. Brett McDonald aboard, and I mean, he put her in a position to win, right? Came first up, and it's all you can ask of, really, when you're hoping one can get the better of them. And Steely Dawn, I like the one there, and I didn't go with what I usually do, right, Gary? You like the one you got to like?
The 9. And
Yeah,
Tyler Borth, a good drive, too.
Oh, absolutely. And he doesn't give up many positions off the gates. I love the fact that he was right on Greystone Treasure's helmet, and that actually caused Carnival Heart to get away in the 4-hole instead of the 3-hole.
And he comes in a 1-2-4-9 top four. One Greystone Treasure back in front of us, a 4-year-old state treasurer bay mare, owned by Remy Papadopoulos and Jack Ray. Jack Ray is the trainer. Scott Ray, the winning driver, ninth win this year, and the 15th lifetime Greystone Treasure, 157 flat. The first race payouts: one Greystone Treasure, 510, 320, 340, two Black Diamond, $3, 270, and four Carnival Heart, 310. $2 exactor, $23 dollar try, 41.75. The dollar super, 287.95. The first race order of finish from the top: 125, 376, 984. That's 125, 376, 984. Field for the second on parade. One better on the island. Jay Harris for Sean Stacy and Brian Scott and Amy Griffin. Number 2 is Wife He Said So. Eddie Hensley for Jody Cullen and Travis and Ron Cullen and Keith Hanna. And 3 is Lines Lady Luck. Anthony Hott for Anthony Beaton and 3 Lions Racing. 5 is Just Bet This Lady. Travis Henry for Roger Gebhardt and Jesse Gebhardt. Number 4 is Lorena Del Sur. Tyler Borth for Ashley Lenvoy and Gino Toscani. And number 6 is Ms. Lissy. Tyler Moore for Ashley Lenvoy and Gino Toscani. It's a field of 6 for the second race. 2-year-old fillies on the pace. And, well, Rob, let's get a look at this field. And just a note to the fans, when you see these 2-year-olds with just a bunch of qualifiers and one with a first-time starter, defer to Rob's picks, not mine, because while I'm driving all over the province and calling horse races, Rob's sitting there in the Newmarket Mansion just observing all the qualifiers. Rob, so tell me about number 6.
Well, I mean, that's easy now. So the 6 here, Miss Liz C, looking like she's, not having the best time on the track right now, but she's 9-1 on the board. And listen, the reason why I like her is she showed speed on both of her qualifiers. She went to the front. Now she did, get past to finish 4th and 5th in each of those respectively. She paced her mile, though, in 59-3 at Mohawk Park, came home decently enough, and had owner Gino Toscani aboard in each of those qualifiers. And now tonight you get a regular driver, a one that certainly has success here at the River and beyond, and Tyler Moore. So I just think that we can see this one, finish her mile a little better tonight. I like her appearance a lot more now than I do a second ago. And 5-1 on the board, I still think is an overlay. I just thought that she was one of the ones that impressed me the most.
Now we'll take a look at number 1, Better on the Island. And by the way, Rob, I meant that actually honestly. You did own this class last year, the first-time starters. Your knowledge and watching these qualifiers does show up. And number 1, Better on the Island, Jay Harris for Sean Stacy. So far, a couple of qualifiers that don't look good on paper until you look a little closer.
Yeah, that's the key, right? Is that you see that she finished 8th and she finished 6th, and in each of those, I mean, she's in against much tougher liquor than she faces tonight, and you gotta like the fact that her final quarters were pretty decent. Her opening quarters to her second quarters progressed nicely. She actually paced 28-1 in both of those third quarters and came home a little bit slower. So I thought that she was okay. I love the way she looks on the track right now. I don't know if she deserves to be 6-5 on the board, but the fact that she's got the pole position and she'll likely have the lead into the opening turn, that certainly makes her more appealing.
Number 2, Wifey Said So. You know what's appealing about this one? The 5-1 on the board. And also Jody Cullen's barn has been rolling pretty well of late.
Yeah, and this horse actually has one of the things I always look for on paper, which is consecutive faster quarters, right? So 31 opening quarter in her qualifier here at the River, 29-4, 30-3, 29-4, then 28-4 coming home. So I love a horse that actually, gets progressively stronger throughout. She was overland for a lot of that trip, and now gets to work from an inside post tonight. I thought that I prefer the 1 and 6 ahead of her just based on, what I saw in their qualifiers, but I think that she does have a big chance in here.
You know what I prefer also is one that has a qualifier over the track that they're going to race on, and the only other one to have a start here is number 5, Bet This Lady. Had a start here, not a qualifier, but a start. Nonetheless, let's take a look at number 5, Jay's Bet This Lady.
Well, and I think sometimes you've got to respect the ones, like you said, just that have a start already, right? A second-time starter against a bunch of firsters. I mean, a lot of these horses have never, raced under the lights before, and yeah, they've gone a qualifying mile, but they haven't been in a race. And racing is much different than qualifying. She's already done it once. Now she had the 8-hole here, so we know what we do with that line. We just cross it out. We just ignore it and look more so at the way she finished her mile, which was a decent back half. in 58 seconds flat. And she took money. Even from the 8 hole, she was only 10-1 in that start. So I think we might see much better things from her in this follow-up effort. And she just went down to 5-2. As we talk about her, she's taking money. So I think that's a positive sign as well. Maybe one I should have had ranked higher than fourth.
So your top four is 6-1-2-5. Who's the one that you almost used into the top four but didn't?
Well, it would have been the 3, but the problem was with Lions Lady Luck, as I watched her qualifier, and she kind of, I just didn't see a lot of resistance when she started to gab out from the field. I didn't see her really, try to pace much stronger, and then, coming home, I thought she looked a little bit better, but I think she'll likely need this start before she'll be able to produce her best.
Well, good work. I'm really glad that you do your homework there at the mansion. And, I didn't do my homework when I was a kid, and it's too late in life for me to start doing homework now. It's a field of 6 for race number 2, taking up their positions. Better on the island. Wifey Said So on the inside. In the center, Lions Lady Luck and La Reina del Sur to the outside. Jay's Bet This Lady and Ms. Liz C on the outside. Field of 6, race number 2. They are rolling to the top of the stretch. Here they come. Field of 6 for the second race. They're at the start of the rough. Better on the island, Ms. Liz C. Jay's Bet This Lady. Then Wifey Said So on the inside. And struggling around that first turn, Ms. Liz C. Into the backstretch they go. Better on the island has the front. Jay's Bet This Lady is racing second. Wifey Said So is third. Then Lions Lady Luck and La Reina del Sur and Ms. Liz C. is back trailing the field. Better on the island has got the lead as they race on to the opening quarter and is on the board right now at 6-1. And Jay's Bet This Lady, even money, is racing along position second. 27-4 is a solid opening panel as they work on around the turn. Then dropping back in third, Wifey Said So. Getting a little urging right now, but now coming out on the outside, Lions Lady Luck. But right now it's Better on the Island. Better by a length and 3/4 over Jay's Bet This Lady. Those two have a bit of separation. Lions Lady Luck has come on to take over third. Wifey Said So is fourth. A half was a sharp 57. Miss Liz C is racing fifth. And then it is back to La Reina del Sur as they race their way on into the backstretch. And it is Better on the Island who's still got the front. Better on the Island as they race on down the backstretch. And then Jay's Bet This Lady is still 2 lengths back. Lions Lady Luck is third. Wifey Said So is fourth. And then Ms. Liz C and La Reina del Sur. Her chances have gone south in this one as they race on by 3/4. 1:27-1 the 3/4 time. Better on the Island. There goes Jay's Bet This Lady now. On the move on the outside against Better on the Island. Better on the Island still has a slim lead, and on the outside, Jay's Bet This Lady now has come on and taken a lead of about a length now. And then Lions Lady Luck now is set out 3 wide, but as they come on down the stretch drive, Jay's Bet This Lady with Lions Lady Luck. Lions Lady Luck. It might have been Jay's Bet This Lady, but Lions Lady Luck made it close. Wifey Said So. Third one, 58-4. That was an interesting dash, and some things didn't quite go the way we thought.
No, it was definitely an interesting dash, and right away, Ms. Liz C. I mean, she forgot to turn left in the opening turn there, and it kind of put herself out of contention right away, and might be one I look to come back to later on. Better on the Island, went to the front like we thought she would, and looked good for a lot of the mile, but came home, pretty slowly and was no match for Jay's Bet This Lady, and then Lions Lady Luck actually closed up really nicely. So I think Jay's Bet This Lady hung on, and I said I thought I may have underrated that one, and I think I certainly did after the race.
It's a little closer than you might think. It's pretty darn tight, but I bet you Christine knows, because Christine knows everything.
Not this time.
Oh, it must be really close because she doesn't even know. Because usually, Christine pipes in with the answer.
Yeah, she doesn't want to go on record, so it must be real tight. But, Lions Lady Luck was one, like I said, I couldn't put her in the top 4 just based on that last qualifier. But she really finished this one up nicely. So even though if she does fall to defeat tonight, she's the one you got to watch her next time.
Well, there you go. We have 5. Jay's Bet This Lady at even money.
And that's my pick.
Did not see even money on this horse, and a lot of it came in late. But I guess it's the power of second time starter. I know a lot of handicappers that will blindly bet second time starters against a field of first timers.
Yeah, and we talked about Three Lions, Lady Luck. You said that that was the one that you thought maybe if between the 3 and 4, which one missed by a couple of inches.
Yeah, very close, and then 12 to 1 as well. And one that has strong connections and really had a right to come out and be a decent horse. I just wasn't too sure about that qualifier last time, but I think now we know next time around, especially if it gets in a little more aggressively, she can get the job done.
And one better on the island is one now that the next time out, the second start, I think you can expect better because that was a pretty strong effort until just late in the mile.
She did. She cut pretty big fractions, right? For a 2-year-old filly, she was out there wheeling pretty good. So maybe she'll relax more next time and have a better chance of having a better result.
Back in front of us, number 5, Jay's Bet This Lady, a 2-year-old betting line bay filly, owned by Jesse Gephardt, trained by Roger Gephardt. Travis Henry is the winning driver. Jay's Bet This Lady, victorious in 158-4. The second race payouts 5 J's Bet This Lady, 410, 270, and 230. 3 Lions Lady Luck, $4 and 440. 2 Wipey Said So, 250. The exactor $39.90 try, $64.50 super, 141.05. The double of 1 and 5, 28.60. The second race over a finish from the top, 432-615. That's 432-615.
All right, so far two favorites getting home in the opening pair of races here at the River. It's time, though, for the early pick four, guaranteed pool $2,500. Let's take a look at the ticket that I've mapped out for you this evening. I'm going to start off with a single right here in race three, just the 5, JM Outspoken. Going to go alone with that one. I didn't want to use both Rockabilly Cockshut and this one, so I singled JM Outspoken. Think that, this one can double up in this class, get the job done. In race 4, we're going to use just the 1 and 3. The 2 man-eater is scratched, so the 1 and 3 all electric and Miss Italia too deep in race number 4. And then in race 5, 2 deep again with the 1 and 5. Brave World is my top selection in race 5, but I'm going to use number 5, Legal Better, as well. I think that one could step up significantly here at the River. So 2x2 in races 4 and 5. And then in race 6, we're going to go 4 deep with the 1, 3, 5, and 6. I think that race is a little more competitive than it might look on paper, and going to look for maybe a price there in the money leg. So that's just 2x2 is 4x4 is 16, just $3.20 for a 20-cent wager. Again, starting off with a single here in race 3 on the 5 JM Outspoken. They'll be coming out onto the track very shortly for this third race, so make sure you start mapping out your winning tickets for that early pick 4 sequence. Gary and I will take a closer look at this dash after the post parade.
Field for the third on parade. Number 1 is Bonnie Sunshine, detached today for Ken Oliver and ICA Racing of Pefferlaw. Number 2 is Large on Ladybug, Braden Radling for Larry Lane. 3 is Infinity Sealster, Jay Harris for Caitlin Graham and Steve Mihailek. And Cheryl Cherry. Number 4 is Rockabilly Cockshot, Colin Kelly for Lacey McCabe and Glenview Livestock. And 5 is JM Outspoken, Brett McDonough for Julie Walker and Joe Muskokeman. And number 6, Easy Breezy Beautiful, Scott Kohler for Phil Coleman. And number 7 is J120, Tyler Borth for Jerry Sims and John O'Brien. It is Dustin's Girl, Anthony Hahn for Ted McDonnell and Leonard Gamble. And 9 is Better Deal, Ryan DeRoche for Laura Toscani and Gino Toscani. It's a field of 9 for the third dash, and interesting, we have 2 horses here that are taking Lions to share the money, although 3 Infinity Sealster also is getting a fair bit of action. But we'll start with Rob's top one, number 5, JM Outspoken. And the last 2 lines speak well of this filly.
Yeah, and she's taking the money now. She was actually the bigger price throughout the betting cycle until just recently, Gary. Now down to 6-5, and listen, really nice effort since moving over to the River. Was racing at Mohawk Park, City of London at Western Fair before that. 2 back, easy winner from the pole position, and owners of 5,000 life, and then even raised her game to a new level in this class last time with Brett McDonald aboard and set a 2-hole trip. But I mean, it didn't really matter. She powered away in the stretch. She won as easy as can be. 6-5 on the board right now. I mean, I think that's probably too short for a win ticket, but one that I do have singled to my multi-leg wagers.
And maybe the clue that she was about to get good was that back half of the start at Mohawk, 55-1, and then 2 wins right after that. Jam Outspoken is 6-5 on the board, but I went with 4 Rockabilly Cockshot ever so slightly, but better post position should be in line for a better trip.
Oh, I think so. And the price is much more appealing now. This one was the favorite early on. And you look at it and say, okay, well, better post this time around, but it doesn't really matter if the price, shrivels up on you. At 4-1, yeah, she's definitely playable because she raced really well from post 7 last time. Was only 4 lengths away from Jam Outspoken, who did have a better post from her and got away much better off the gate. Now, they're starting beside each other. I think that she should be a lot closer this time around. I still give the edge to Jam Outspoken, but Rockabilly Cockshot is definitely playable in here.
After the top 2, there's a lot of different opinions between the handicappers, but I see your idea on 1 Bonnie Sunshine for this start from the better post.
Yeah, for me with her, it really strictly comes down to making the transition from Georgian Downs to here. Non-winners of 2 there to this class is comparable, if not maybe a bit softer. And last time post 7, absolutely no chance, and got away 7th, went overland for much of the journey, and can never really get into the race that was set pretty hot tempo up front, 55 and 4 to the half. 2 back raced really well to finish second there. 13-1, I think, is a big number on Bonnie Sunshine, and I think she gets away decent enough off the gate. She should be a part of this.
The one that I didn't know how high to use is number 7 J120, and yet we both used this one up at 4th, but 3 wins in 4 starts.
Love how she looks in the track right now, and she's been very impressive. Like I've been impressed by all of her starts so far, even the one where she fell to defeat. She steps up in class tonight. She has to work from post 7, but if she had a better post, I may have pegged her on top because I really think that her efforts have been as good as anyone in this field.
I did use number 6 Easy Breezy Beautiful that we just saw in 3rd in behind the top 2, 4, 5, and 6. We'll see how that unfolds. Bonnie Sunshine, Larjon Ladybug, Infinity Sealster on the inside. In the center, Rockabilly Cockshot, Jam Outspoken. On the outside, Easy Breezy Beautiful, J120, and Dustin's Girl. And then second tier to Better Deal. It is a field of 9. It's the 3rd dash on a Monday night at the river. Here they come. And the field for the 3rd is at the start of the rough. Infinity Sealster, Rockabilly Cockshot, Jam Outspoken, Bonnie Sunshine on the inside as the field drives on into the turn. But right now the early action and the lead is Infinity Sealster. Bonnie Sunshine 2nd. Rockabilly Cockshot is racing 3rd. Jam Outspoken is 4th, and then Better Deal is 5th. Easy Breezy Beautiful, then J120. And back further, Dustin's Girl. Larjon Ladybug is trailing the field. Infinity Sealster 6-1 on the boards. Got the lead as they race past the opening quarter. And then racing position 2nd is Bonnie Sunshine. They race their way on around that turn off at 28-2 opening quarter. Rockabilly Cockshot 3rd. Jam Outspoken is 4th. And then it is Better Deal, who's mid-pack 5th in front of Easy Breezy Beautiful and J120. Then to the outside, Larjon Ladybug, and on the inside, Dustin's Girl. Infinity Sealster has the front still. Leads at a length and 3/4. Bonnie Sunshine is getting the trip and is right up tight on the back of Infinity Sealster. Rockabilly Cockshot's going to pop out now. And Jam Outspoken is going to get live cover right on the back of Rockabilly Cockshot as they work their way into the backstretch. And then racing position to 5th now. And that is Better Deal. On the inside, J120. To the outside, Easy Breezy Beautiful. And then Dustin's Girl and Larjon Ladybug. It is Infinity Sealster who still maintains the lead. Bonnie Sunshine at 13-1 pops to the outside, trying to collar Infinity Sealster. Rockabilly Cockshot is 3rd. Jam Outspoken is racing 4th, and then 5th. J120 is kicking in late, and then it is Easy Breezy Beautiful. Bonnie Sunshine with the front. Bonnie Sunshine, Infinity Sealster, Jam Outspoken, and then Rockabilly Cockshot. Bonnie Sunshine and Natasha Day as they come on down the stretch drive, and the sun is shining on Bonnie and Natasha Day. Bonnie Sunshine victorious. J120 came on to get second. Then third was Jam Outspoken, and fourth was Rockabilly Cockshut. Bonnie Sunshine at 13 to 1 to kick off the win for Rob.
Yeah, this was one that I thought, like I said, I thought she could challenge these. I had her pegged for third in here behind the two obvious ones, and well, she got the two-hole trip and then just paced away from this group. I mean, she won with ease in 57 and 4. No real excuse. Rockabilly Cockshut came first up, didn't really have much pace, and the Jam Outspoken, then was left out there when the rival dropped back to the inside. But Bonnie Sunshine with a big win here. And listen, shout out to Melissa Keith, who does the picks for Ontario Racing tonight. She picked the winner of the last race, and she came right back with this 13 to 1 winner here with Bonnie Sunshine.
And there's Natasha Day all alone in the picture at the finish, which wouldn't have been what we expected. And one thing, J120 came flying late and did live up to the respect that you had for this one to pick up a second.
Yeah, I think this is one that we're going to be on next time, Gary, when, if J120 draws an inside starting spot, I think you can maybe go to the bank. And, she's one I've been watching closely in her starts at Western Fair and at Clinton, and she's just been really impressive to me. And that start tonight got away, beat some horses off the gate from the 7-hole, and then kind of stayed on the inside and had to, angle it around horses and pace past, the favorite, or one of the favorites anyways, and J-Mo spoken at the wire for second. So J120 is on my watch list.
We're going to also have an inquiry, by the way. The inquiry goes up to on number 4, Rockabilly Cockshut. The inquiry sign posted pertaining to 4 Rockabilly Cockshut. 1754, nice exactor, 13 to 1 on to 8 to 1. And the inquiry pertains to 4 Rockabilly Cockshut. Coming back in front of us is number 1, Bonnie Sunshine, a 3-year-old Sunshine Beach Bay filly, owned by ICL Racing of Pefferlaw, trained by Ken Oliver. Natasha Day is the winning driver. It's the first win this year, and the second lifetime, Bonnie Sunshine, 157 and 4. Fans note the inquiry does pertain to racing action at the top of the stretch and a pylon or possible pylon violation by 4 Rockabilly Cockshut. Once again, fans note the judges reviewing racing action at the top of the stretch pertaining to the pylon right there at the top of the stretch and 4 Rockabilly Cockshut. Fans note the judges' ruling that number 4, Rockabilly Cockshy, who finished fourth, is going to be placed fifth for going inside of the pylon at the top of the stretch at the entrance of the passing lane, and in the opinion of the judges, gained an unfair advantage on number 3, Infinity Sealster, who finished fifth and will be moved up to fourth. The new top 4 will be 1753. The third race payouts: 1, Bonnie Sunshine, 28.80, 8.80 and 5.50. 7, J120, $10, 310. 5, JM Outspoken, 320. $2 exactor, $271.70 try, $345, $60 super, $976.75. The third race, order of finish from the top. 1 9, 5 place 4, 4 place 5, 3 6 2 8 7. That's 1 9 4 5 3 6 2 8 7. Field for the fourth on parade, one all electric. Scott Coulter, James Dean, and Laura McKinney, and Brenda Lothman. 3 is Miss Italia, Paul McKenzie for Nikki Comegna and Bruno Comegna. Number 4 is Cove Beach, Ryan DeRoche for Paul Coulter. 5 is Sweetest Hustle, Town North for Lori LePage and Rebecca Williamson. Number 6, Erica's Treasure, Colin Kelly for Katerina Bosniak and J.J. Stables. Number 7, Just Crazy Enough, Dave Duncan for Brenda Duncan. And number 8 is Tora the Explorer, Travis Henry for Jim Wellwood and Jeffrey Wellwood. Field of 7 with the scratch of number 2, Man Eater. And, well, all of the selectors now are down on one all electric. And 8-5 right now. Rob, there is all electric.
All electric. Yeah, it's one of those ones when I look at it, though, Gary, and you see, like, you watch a professional sports broadcast and everyone's on the same team. It doesn't always work out. Well, we're all on all electric here. Little score down from Scotty Coulter right now. I just thought this one's, raced, pretty well in both first starts at Grand River. No real chance 2 back, coming from way out of it. Finished a decent 4th as the favorite. Last time, a tough trip overland before finishing 3rd, beating 2.5 as the favorite. So now against the night, though, is it 3rd time's the charm? As the favorite in the race. I don't know. I think she's the most likely winner in here, but she's already disappointed twice at a short number.
There's number 3, Miss Italia, Paul McKenzie, and I'm sure you watched the qualifier because you know what? You're here for the expertise. I'm just here for the entertainment.
Well, you've been killing it this year, so just being humble again there, Gary Guy. But Miss Italia, I like the way she looks in the track right now. She was, kind of, backpedaling to the rest of the field, but actually came home good in 28-3. She couldn't stay with them in the stretch there. I thought that it was a pretty solid group that she went up against in her qualifier, and she paced her mile in 59-1, which maybe if she can improve significantly off that, which she can, I think. She can be competitive with this group. She gets inherits post 2 with the scratch of the 2 Man Eater, and 92 on the board. I think it's not a bad price.
I've often thought that one of the best angles for maidens is a horse coming in off of a runner-up finish. Problem is, this one's had 4 runner-up finishes, number 5, Sweetest Hustle, and still doesn't have the taste of victory in her mouth.
Yeah, Sweetest Hustle is an interesting one, right? She's had quite a few chances. Like you said, she's had 11 starts now. 7 on the board finishes, but no victories yet. And she's had a lot of opportunities to get her picture taken. She's been on the lead. She's gotten soft fractions doing so. She's gotten caught in a couple spots. She's gotten even, earlier on 2 old trips. Hasn't been able to get there at the wire. So I think that she's one you have to consider in here, but for me, she's more of a play on the ticket and no more than that until she proves she can, get into the win column.
And number 6, Erica's Treasure. It is Colin Kelly and Katerina Bosniak. Erica's Treasure is one that last race, the back half, is pretty good after nothing early.
Yeah, she might be able to improve off that effort. I bumped her up into the 4th spot with the scratch of the 2 Man Eater, and for me, post 7 last time, it really just comes down to that, right? Post 7 last time, got away 8th, was way out of it, almost 50 lengths out of it at the quarter pole. Only slides in a couple of spots with the scratch of Man Eater, but might be closer. And last time was only beaten just over 3 lengths at 80-1. So she took a lot of early money. She might be able to be closer this time around. 4-1 on the board, I think, is probably what you would need, if not a little bit higher, if you're going to bet her to win.
If you're looking for a longer one, number 4, Cove Beach. The second half of that qualifier here was good and has been off since February the 8th and does have a win last year as a 2-year-old.
Yeah, Cove Beach is one that I think you look back to last season, raced decently enough in a couple starts here at Grand River. The qualifier's okay, not a bad post to start from here tonight, and it's just a matter of if you think she's ready to roll or not. I think definitely usable in the trifecta and super. I'd have a hard time though looking at her as a win candidate.
Well, the main reason that I thought of taking a look, the back half of that qualifier, and also check Paul Coulter's numbers. A 408 training average. That catches your eye.
Oh, it definitely does. Yeah, and for me, like again, it comes down to first start back off a layoff. So I would keep a keen eye on her this time and use her underneath an exotics.
It is a field of 7 for race number 4, taking up their positions. All electric. Miss Italia on the inside. In the center, Cove Beach, Sweetest Hustle, and Erica's Treasure to the outside. Just crazy enough. And Tora, the Explorer. It is a field of 7 for race number 4. They're approaching the top of the stretch. Here they come. Field for the fourth is at the start of the rough and Sweetest Hustle. All electric, Erica's Treasure, Cove Beach, and then it is Miss Italia. Just crazy enough, and Tora the Explorer is trailing the field. Erica's Treasure is trying to hustle right out and get the lead for Colin Kelly and has done so. Sweetest Hustle is racing position second. All electric third, and then Cove Beach fourth in front of Miss Italia. Then just crazy enough, and Tora the Explorer. And they race on to the opening quarter. And right now, Erica's Treasure at 5-2 with the lead. Right close nose to helmet in the pocket is Sweetest Hustle. And then All Electric is racing third, 30-3 opening quarter. And then a gap of a couple of lengths. Cove Beach is fourth, another couple of lengths back to Miss Italia. Then just crazy enough in Tora the Explorer. And the field works their way off the turn. And they come on towards us. Erica's Treasure leads at a length and 3/4 over Sweetest Hustle. Up a 30-3 opening quarter. Erica's Treasure looking for a second panel breather. Halftime is 101-4. 31-1 second panel. Erica's Treasure into the backstretch they go. Sweetest Hustle second. All Electric is on the inside third. And then it is Cove Beach and Miss Italia and Tora the Explorer. And just crazy enough, Erica's Treasure at 5-2 off a nice half of 101-4. And All Electric on the outside is charged up now. All Electric is coming on the outside, and it now is just a length and a half back, and flattens out maybe just a little bit there. Is driving on is Erica's Treasure, and on the inside, Sweetest Hustle is dueling to take over second and grab it from All Electric. That pair is about 3 lengths off the lead, though, of Erica's Treasure. Miss Italia kicks in late, and then it is Cove Beach and Tora the Explorer. It is Erica's Treasure up 3/4, 132, and they come on down the stretch, and Erica's Treasure is alive at the finish and is going to win this one rather nicely. Then finishing a second, it was Sweetest Hustle, then Miss Italia, and All Electric. Erica's Treasure, a mile of 2:01, the half of 101-4, Rob, is a key factor.
Oh, it definitely is. And also, I had mentioned, moves in a couple of spots on the gate, maybe gets away better than Nate this time. How about just skyrocketing right to the front and then easiest kind of winner, really? I mean, it looked like All Electric might challenge down the backside for the second time. And all Colin Kelly had to do was just show this one the whip. And she opened up a margin and then won by as much as she pleased.
Yeah, it looked really sharp, too, at the finish. And there you see just striding up pretty strongly. So one that was not just a beneficiary of the fractions, although that helped, was really alive, strong.
Yeah, another horse on the night too. That's a second-time starter that goes out there and really improves on that initial effort with a nice victory.
Well, had $325 in the bankroll and had taken some time off, but now adds the winner's share. And the others on the board to 5 Sweetest Hustle, seconditis.
Second again. I mean, a nice horse to own, really. I mean, she's now got 5 seconds and 3/3 and 12 starts. That's not too bad. Just looking for that win column still.
Well, you had the correct 4, 6, 5, 3, 1, a different order, but still, nonetheless, the correct 4 to be tapping in this one. But 6 Erica's Treasure put in a strong performance and is the winner. Erica's Treasure, 4-year-old state treasurer. A brown mare owned by J.J. Stables, trained by Katerina Bosniak. Colin Kelly with the winning drive. Erica's Treasure's first win, 201 flat. The fourth race payouts number 6, Eric is treasure. 770, 430, and 395. Sweetest also $4.10, $3, and 3 Miss Italia $4. $2 exactor, $19. Dollar try, $43.10. Dollar superfecta, $69.65. The fourth race, order of finish from the top. The order of finish is a 4 scratch 3 62175. That's 4 scratch 3 62175. The fifth race on parade one, Brave World, Scott Coldifer, Harry Polton, and the stable. Number 2 is Devil's Peak. Gerard Damaris drives and trains for Carmelo Shime. And number 3, Better's Victory Talbot for Jason Sherman and Bert Sherman and Betty Sherman. 4 is Scratch, 5 Legal Better, Brett McDonough for Shane Arsenault and Greg Wild. And number 6, Casimir Richie P. Boat Brown for Tisha Symes and Michael Goldberg. Number 7, Major Ace, Ron DeBroche for Laura Toscani. And number 8 is Magnum Moon, Jay Harris for Jim Wellwood and Jeffrey Wellwood and BC Breakout Stables. Field of 7, race number 5. It is the mature singles patio party. Well, I hope, Rob, one day they have a patio party for my group.
What's your group?
The immature singles.
Oh. Oh, that's good.
We better move on to some mature race 5 handicapping. And right now, how about number 1, Brave World?
Well, we just saw a rail horse go down to defeat that we were all on, and all the handicappers are back on Brave World in race 5 here. Looking good on the track right now, scoring down. Solid winner last time. I should mention, gave her a shout out earlier. Melissa Keith, Ontario Racing. It's her best bet, and she's alive in this pick 5 to a single here for $459 for a 20-cent ticket. She spent less than $10 too. So good luck to Melissa Keith, needing the favorite here for a big payout.
Yeah, you remember what was it? Friday night. We both had the all in the 5th race. Be loving an all here.
Yeah, they're paying fantastic. I mean, one would actually give us a carryover, but really, when you look at the prices throughout the sequence, these pick 5s are paying astronomical.
Number 5, Legal Better, is one that when you look at the last 2 races, you think, I can't take this horse. But if you examine closely, you can take this horse.
Yeah, Legal Better, the form might be a little bit dark in the recent efforts, but you got to look at it and say, okay, well, you had to work from the post 8, post 9 into claiming handicap. He made a break last time. Now he's back at the barn. Shane Arsenault, who he raced well for, actually had a second and a preferred race at Flamborough Downs 4 back. I think he fits well with this group. I really do, and I think this is a good spot for him to kind of get back into the win column. If you go further down the page there, you see he had a couple of victories in that claiming handicap race at Mohawk Park, and this is a return to form spot for him. I think 4-1 on the board right now. He's actually the favorite in the pick 5.
One that you're taking a bit of a flyer on, number 2, Devil's Peak, is sitting at 16-1. Yeah, the last race beaten almost 15 lengths, but just before that shows a bit of form.
Yeah, in a race though where he was getting away 11th off the gate and was never really in it, and now you see he gets to come back from post 2 at Grand River in a much softer spot, and we saw trainer Gerard Demers drive pretty well when he was sitting behind a couple of his own just last week on Friday. So maybe we'll see that again with Devil's Peak here. I don't think he's one that should be 15-1, especially to hit the exotics. I think he's one that could certainly land in the exotic somewhere at a nice price.
And there's number 8, Magnum Moon. Last week was really impressive.
Without post 8, I would definitely think this horse should be ranked a lot higher, because post 7 last time got away second. Now faces tougher, mind you, this time around, but it was a real game effort to be second, especially considering it was racing off time as well. So I think Magnum Moon is one that can land in the exotics tonight, but I just don't know if firing off the gate against this group is going to really work out.
You know what? If horses could talk, Casimir Richie P would be saying, hey, I beat this class last week. What about me?
Well, post 6, and I mean, this is a bit tougher this time around, I think. I mean, he's stepping up a little bit in class anyways, and I think he's definitely good enough, but I'm just not sure the trip works out tonight.
Well, we're going to find out who is going to get the trip that is good enough, and taking up their positions, Brave World, Devil's Peak on the inside. Better's Victory, Legal Better, and Casimir Richie P in the center. The outside, Major Ace and Magnum Moon. It's a field of 7 for the 5th race. They're at the start of the rough. Better's Victory, Casimir Richie P, Brave World, Magnum Moon is going to fire on the outside again. Then it is Devil's Peak and Legal Better. And back trailing is Major Race. 4 wide racing action. Casimir Richie P is in search of the lead. Brave World is on the inside second. Better's Victory third. Magnum Moon is on the pylons fourth now. Then it is back to Devil's Peak and Legal Better. And Major Race is trailing the field. And Brave World is going to reclaim the lead. Casimir Richie P will now get the pocket on the back of Brave World, and then racing position third, Better's Victory, Magnum Moon, mid pack fourth, then Devil's Peak and Legal Better, and Major Race 27-1, the opening quarter, and Brave World with the front at 2-1. Casimir Richie P is getting a trip, and Better's Victory is on the inside third in front of Magnum Moon. Then Devil's Peak is fifth. Then a gap of a couple back to Legal Better, and further back is Major Race off at 27-1 opening quarter. They race on past the half in 56-2, and they work their way to the 5/8. Brave World and Scotty Holder with the lead. Off solid fractions, Casimir Richie P is sitting there in the pocket, bravening up on the back of Brave World, and then Better's Victory is racing third, and Magnum Moon now is orbiting up on the outside and getting closer. Devil's Peak is well back fifth, and then further back is Legal Better as they race their way towards and by 3/4, and trailing is Major Ace. But it is Brave World, 1:25 4 the 3/4. Brave World, Magnum Moon on the outside is looming. Magnum Moon and Brave World, they're going at it. Magnum Moon now has come on and taken a lead of ahead, but on the inside, it is Brave World fighting back, and then Casimir Richie P is looking for the passing lane as they come on down the stretch drive. Magnum Moon on the outside. Up the inside, Casimir Richie P. Magnum Moon, Casimir Richie P. Casimir Richie P gets the W. Magnum Moon was second, close for third, 156-1. Casimir Richie P with the W says, yeah, what about me?
It's the power of the last horse that Gary mentions, right? Casimir Richie P. I mean, it really, the trip ended up working out really well for this one. Blasted off. Looked like he was going to be in trouble early. Wide to the first turn, gets to the lead, then releases the favorite. No better place to be than to sit behind the favorite like that. And still real determined close there in the last strides to get his nose up in front of Magnum Moon. 5-2 on the board, took support, and you're right. I guess he deserved more respect from me.
Well, he does have a lot of back class and certainly got the trip. Bo Brown got this one, the trip that he needed, and he had the acceleration up the passing lane. You got to talk about Magnum Moon. That's a pretty game effort, too.
Yeah, it was funny. When I saw Magnum Moon's last effort getting beat by just a slim margin to the same winner tonight, I said no matter where he is next time, I'll put him on top off that performance. Of course, he draws post 8, and I put him in the 4th spot because I just couldn't do it from out there. But that was a real legit effort for Magnum Moon, and one that we're going to have to keep an eye on going forward.
And Brave World did a lot of work, and still it was a very decent effort to finish third. Better's Victory at 13-1 is going to round out 3 logical ones, the 6-8-1.
Yeah, I also thought the Legal Better was onto the scene very, very late. One that we'll track going forward, just because I think more starts under his belt back at the barn of Shane Arsenault. I think he'll trend in the right direction.
It is a 6-8-1-3 top 4, and coming back in front of us, number 6, Casimir Richie P, a 7-year-old astronomical brown horse, owned by Michael Goldberg, trained by Tisha Symes. It's the second win this year, second in a row, 27th lifetime. Casimir Richie P, the winning drive to Bo Brown. The 5th race, it's number 6, Casimir Richie P, $7.20, $4, $3.70. 8 Magnum Moon, $5.20 and $3, and 1 Brave World, $2.80, $2 exactor, $29.80. Dollar try, $39, $15 super, $161.90. And
Going back into the 80s. There it is.
and the 20-cent pick five. 5 of 5 on a 20-cent ticket. $1,056.80. Ka-ching. The fifth race, order of finish from the top, 364 scratch 5172. That is 364 scratch 5172. field for the 6th on parade. 1, Maya Beach, Tyler Morford, Don Lindsay, and Paul Klein-Paste, and William Aplajevic and Garth Bechtel. Number 2 is Dash Doll, Scotty Calder for Brenda Duncan and David Duncan. And 3 is Beach Designer, Scott Ray for Glenn Lalonde. And 4 is Saga, Jay Harris for Claire Bradshaw and Brian Jameson. And 5 is Bunny Mansion, Colin Kelly for Kyle Boston and Brad Gray. Number 6 is Streaka Yokoko. It's Sammy Fillion for Denny Fontaine and Mark Sear. And number 7, American Land, John Flanagan for Catherine Flanagan and Winters Racing. Field of 7, race number 6, featuring the Super High 5, a field of fillies and mares, maidens. And, well, Rob, we both think that One Maya Beach is the one to beat. I don't see how you couldn't.
Yeah, it's hard to go against the One Maya Beach, and she was a nice winner last time. She had the trailing post on that occasion, got away 5th, and made a big move to then get the job done by 3/4 of a length. Looks good on the track right now. Only concern for me, I guess, would be she has the pole position this time around, but she hasn't really shown much speed. But that spot can create speed for horses, and I think she's going to be much more affordably placed this time around and be tough to beat.
Yeah, just that overall, the presence that she had on the track, and looks sharp right now. Maya Beach, 4 to 5. That price is likely, if anything, going lower rather than up. At least that would be my bet. But number 6, Streaka Yokoko. Everybody's on this one except for Ontario Racing, and you lauded the selection earlier. 3 wins in a row for Streaka Yokoko. We'll see if we can keep going, keep the streak alive.
Yeah, I think she's the one that if you're going to try to beat the favorite, why not go to this one? And 3 in a row, like you'd mentioned, and would have 5 of 8 lifetime, if not for 2 disqualifications last year. And one that I think is a little bit versatile in her running style and looks good at the track right now, scoring down for Samuel Fillion. So I think that this is one that you've got to give a look to, especially at 10 to 1. I'm a little bit surprised, 10 to 1 in this one right now on a 3-race win streak.
How do horses usually fare if they're coming? Like, they came in a long way, and it's been now just 11 days since racing in Charlottetown.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it's a long trek, but I mean, I think there's enough recovery time there, and I've seen horses make the trip over and do just fine in their first start here in Ontario, and I mean, those races should stack up well against this group, I would think. And again, surprised she's 11 to 1. I thought she looks great on the track right now, and she's done something that many others in this race hasn't done before, and she's done it 3 times. I mean, the only other one that's got a win under her belt is the one Maya Beach. So I think you've got to like that one, especially as a main player underneath.
Now, number 3, Beach Designer, is one that's making only a 3rd start and did a lot of work in that last start here.
Yeah, improving type for me. I thought the effort at Flamborough Downs was okay on May 28th, and then much better last time here. 3rd to Jam Outspoken, and was Overland a long way before claiming that spot under the wire. Decent spot to work from tonight. Has had to work out of tougher posts in both of her first 2 lifetime starts. 2 to 1 for me is too short, in my opinion. I think that the margin's wider than 3 to 5 to 2 to 1 on the favorite to her. 5 to 2 is probably more like it, but I think you need to get at least 3 or 4 to 1 before you bet this one to win.
Number 5, Bunny Mansion's interesting because it's Colin Kelly and Kyle Bossons. The first half of the qualifier and the second half of the qualifier are like night and day.
Yeah, a nice back half on that one here at Grand River. Strong connections, Boston and Kelly, homebred for Brad Gray, and a half sister to Silver Beast. So there's something there, I think, with Bunny Mansion, and 22 to 1. Maybe you got to watch her this time around, but she'll definitely be on the bottom end of my exotics.
Look at that. We're getting a lot of homework from the Newmarket Mansion on Bunny Mansion. It's a field of 7 for race number 6 taking up their positions, and it is Maya Beach, Dash Doll on the inside. In the center, Beach Designers, Saga and Bunny Mansion. On the outside, Streaka Yokoko and American Land. It's a field of 7, race number 6. Here they come. It's a field of 7 for the 6th. There at the start of the rough, and Beach Designer, Dash Doll, Saga, and then also getting out is Strika Yokoko, Maya Beach on the inside, Bunny Mansion, and trailing the field is American Land. Saga wants to come on now and grab the front, and Saga's got the lead. Dash Doll is racing second. Beach Designer third. Maya Beach is racing in mid-pack fourth. Then Strika Yokoko and Bunny Mansion and American Land is trailing the field as they race past that opening quarter. And it is Saga who got the early lead at 9-1. Dash Doll at 50-1 is second in this dash as they race around the turn. Beach Designer on the inside third. And Maya Beach is angled towards the outside right now for Tyler Moore. And then it is Strika Yokoko and back to Bunny Mansion and American Land. They race off the turn. They come on towards us. Saga's got the lead on the inside dash doll. Now here comes Maya Beach quickly surging up on the outside. And Maya Beach is challenging Saga as they race on past the half. 59-2. Halftime, 30-4. Second panel as they race into the backstretch. Saga's got the front, but Maya Beach is bearing down on the outside. Dash Doll is third, and Strika Yokoko is racing fourth. And now Maya Beach on the outside is now right alongside Saga. And Saga's picked up the challenge of Maya Beach, and they stride together. And now Strika Yokoko has streaked up into contention and is racing third. And Maya Beach is having some difficulty steering and dropping down to the inside. Goes Strika Yokoko. Now Maya Beach is steadied again. And it is Saga. Maya Beach on the inside. Strika Yokoko and Bunny Mansion as they turn for home. 3/4, 128-3. And it is Maya Beach and Tyler Moore trying to put away Saga, who's very game. On down the stretch route they come. Maya Beach in the center of the track, scooting up the inside. Strika Yokoko. But Maya Beach is going to win. Maya Beach, then Strika Yokoko in the inside lane, Saga, and on the outside, Bunny Mansion, 159-2. Maya Beach finally got it done, but it wasn't that easy.
Yeah, it was one of those ones that you could see that she's the best in there, but she's a kind of a bigger horse. You can see right here in the turn, like she kind of towers over the rest of these fillies, and she had a little bit of trouble on the backside there. Tyler Moore did a great job of keeping her together and then just kind of pointing her to victory. Again, she's kind of under tight lines to the wire there. They didn't really come home all that much, and I think it was a little easier than it even appeared. But yeah, there was some tenuous moments there, Gary.
Yeah, just as you mentioned, Tyler Moore being very cautious. And even when you saw this one coming up to the half, moving up pretty strongly, and yet you can see that Tyler had a pretty snug hold on this one. There's a lot, I think, in the tank there when this one's all together.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, she's one that I think will eventually progress into a better horse on a bigger surface, just because you can see she's, pretty big next to her counterparts out there.
Well, there's her right alongside number 5, Bunny Mansion, and she looks like she's another floor above.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, Bunny Mansion looks like a pony next to her, but I think it's more so the size of this winner. But Bunny Mansion raced pretty good for the first start of her career, and big price on the board at 15-1, and a little bit of pedigree there. I think she'll come back stronger in her follow up effort.
And Strika Yokoko actually had put in a solid effort for the first start in Ontario, so one we're probably going to hear from.
I think so, yeah. And it was a real chilly steer by Samuel Filion, dropping to the inside and getting to the passing lane, saving as much ground as he could. Almost got there for the play spot, but like you mentioned, we'll watch her next time with a start under her belt in Ontario. She should come back even better.
Number 1, Maya Beach, 1-5 on the board, lives up to that status at the finish and gets the victory. Maya Beach, a 3-year-old Sunshine Beach Bay filly, owned by Don Lindsay and Paul Kleinpaste and William Amplejevic and Garth Beckler. Don Lindsay is the trainer. Tyler Moore, the winning driver. 2 in a row for Maya Beach, 159-2. The sixth race payouts 1 Maya Beach. 250, 210, 210 for Saga, 340, 266. Streaka Yokoko, 250, $2 exacta, $930 try, $1245. Pick 4, $715. And the dollar high 5, 183.75. The sixth race order of finish from the top 1562437. That's 1562437.
6 races in the book so far here at the River. Unfortunately, I didn't get the pick 5 tonight or the early pick 4, but there's one more chance for one of those big multi-leg wagers, and that is the late pick 4 wager. Starts right here in race number 7. And, well, I'm going to, keep it pretty cheap in my ticket tonight. Let's take a look at it. I'm going to start off here with right now a couple of prices on the board. Not sure it's going to stay that way, but we're going to use the 1 and 6 here in the opener. Get It Done Donna, Boston and Kelly combination. The rail to work from right now 6-1 on the board, and True Horizon. Another 6-1 shot. So I like those two in the opening leg. Then we're going to spread out in the second leg, which is race 8, with the 1, 3, 4, and 5. I made Sir Luck now my top selection. Not fond of the change the flip-flops in the shoes, but I'm still going to stick with them as my top choice in there. Also using Fill the Bank, Tryon de V, and the Power of 4. And then the single's going to come in race 9 in the preferred pace. Our feature on the card. Going to go with the one the race office handed the outside post to, the 6, Braveview Bondi. I think that, he is the best in there. Has to work from the outermost post, but has been racing against real tough horses at Mohawk Park, and I think his speed matches up really well against that group. Then going to finish off in the finale with the 1, 3, and 5. That's actually the preferred trot. So we finish it off with a couple of nice races this evening at the River. The 1, Time Houdini, is my top choice in there. I like the 3, Andy Over, and also the 5, Cena Magician. So that ticket there is relatively inexpensive, just $4.80 for a 20-cent ticket. And again, it's going to center around the feature pace of the night with the 6, Braveview Bondi as our single. But we're 2 minutes away until the horses will be moving out on the track for race number 7. Of course, Gary and I will be back after the post break to break down this opening leg of the late pick 4 a little closer.
Field for the 7th on parade. 1, Get It Done Donna, Colin Kelleher, Kyle Boston, and Steve Colvin. Number 2 is 3, Gems, Ron Roche, Robert Furneaux. And 3, Watch Me Dance, Gerard Damaris, drives and trains and is the owner. Four is Heartbeat and Sizzle. Tyler Borth for Malik Smith and Wayne Smith. Number 5, Lady Oxford, Travis Henry for Ashley Lenvoy and Eden Bosniak. Or correction, Eden Bosnikovic. Number 6, True Horizon, Bremy Donovan for Jacob Roberts and Steve Adams. And number 7 is Wine Time, Nick Boyd for Carter Gimlet and James Dean. It is a field of 7, race number 7. Let's get a look at this field. And Rob, we have a difference of opinion in this race, but we'll go with your top one first. Number 6, True Horizon, is the one that you are truly backing as the best one in here.
Yeah, I thought that this horse looks pretty good against this group. It was a winner in a condition claiming event last time at Hanover. Did draw post 2, went to the front, never looked back. Easy winner at 25 cents the dollar. Before that was, racing in, open claiming company and some pretty tough spots, I thought, really compared to the group that she faces this evening. So when I looked at her overall, I said, I think she's might be the best horse in here, and I thought she would take a lot more money than that 9-2 morning line. Right now she's 7-2. She was 2-1 a few moments ago. I think she'll probably go off at a number like 5-2, I would think, but I'm happy to have her on top.
One way that I like to try to decide who's the best in is take a look at earnings per start. This is the only one in this field to have earned more than $1,000 a start this year. True Horizon, 20,017 starts. Number 1, Get It Done, Donna. Will Colin Kelly and Kyle Bossons, they know how to get it done, but so far she hasn't.
No, she's 0 for the last 2 seasons, but she has hit the board. Like this year, she's got 4 third place finishes at 12 starts. Last year, 8 out of 26, and I just looked at it and thought that she gets to work from the pole position tonight. And I thought the effort 2 back was decent enough to get into the show spot. Last time, really no chance, getting away 7th and ended up finishing in that position. But, the pole positioning can certainly help one get away better off the gate. I think she might be able to be a little more forwardly placed this time around and be a part of it. 7-1, I think, is an overlay on Get It Done, Donna.
Well, it's always nice to get 7-1 on Colin Kelly, Kyle Bossons from post 1, and that could end up being a huge value play. Now 6-1. Number 4, Heartbeat and Sizzle, brings in some excellent form and was good here last time out, beaten only 3/4 of a length.
Yes, getting respect on the board now was a bigger price early on, now down to 4-1, and I think this horse deserves to take action. Yeah, last 2 starts came from the rail, but third in both of them, and was a runner-up before that at Flamborough Downs. So I think that the latest effort here only got beat 3/4 of a length. I think she can definitely be a part of this. I don't know if I put her on top, but I think using in the exotics is an absolute must. 5-1 on the board is probably about the right price, if not maybe a shade too short at this point.
And from post position 7, Rob, I like a glass of wine, and it could be wine time.
Yeah, Wine Time raced well last time, was parked a long way before getting second by a neck at the wire at long odds. And, Nick Boyd drove this one for that outing. We'll be back aboard tonight, and, 6-1. Listen, it's hard for me to take any price, below 10-1 on a horse starting from post 7 or post 8 here, unless they lay over the field. And I think you've got to get a bigger number on Wine Time if you're going to back this one to win.
Interestingly, the lone win this year of the 11 starts was from post 7 at London, got away 6th and came on and won by a neck, and that was in the 7,000 claiming condition, the class below this one. We'll see how it unfolds, but you are on number 6, True Horizon, at 3-1. I get 8-1 on Wine Time. I'm going to get my glass ready. Field for the 7th, Get It Done, Done, and 3 gems on the inside. Watch Me Dance, Heartbeat and Sizzle, and Lady Oxford. And on the outside, True Horizon and Wine Time. Field for the 7th race is at the start of the round. 3 gems in Heartbeat and Sizzle. Lady Oxford on the inside, Get It Done, Donna, but Lady Oxford is going to rush right out and get the lead. And True Horizon on the outside now is driving and wanting the front. Is going to try to press on against Lady Oxford. Get It Done, Donna is 3rd. 3 gems racing 4th. Then Heartbeat and Sizzle, Watch Me Dance, and Wine Time relaxed away, trailing the field. It is True Horizon at 2-1, who's come on to get the lead. And Lady Lady Oxford is filling the pocket as they work their way on past that opening quarter. And then racing position third, Get It Done Donna, but about 4.5 lengths off the lead. Then it is Three Gems in Heartbeat and Sizzle and Watch Me Dance. And then Wine Time is moving on the outside now. They race their way off the turn and they come on towards us. And it is True Horizon. Lead of a length and 3/4 over Lady Oxford. Get It Done Donna is going to stay on the inside. There goes Three Gems to the outside. And following Three Gems, Wine Time has passed a couple. And they are Heartbeat and Sizzle and Watch Me Dance. 58-2 of the halftime. 30-3 second pedal breather for True Horizon. It is True Horizon. Lady Oxford. Three Gems working up on the outside. Now has moved up. Taken over third. Get It Done Donna is fourth. Wine Time is racing fifth. Heartbeat and Sizzle and Watch Me Dance, and they race on to 3/4 off that 58-2 halftime. And True Horizon is now just pouring it on. It is True Horizon who's leading as they race on that final turn off 3/4 128-2. Lady Oxford, Get It Done Donna, and Three Gems, and then it is back to Heartbeat and Sizzle, Watch Me Dance, and Wine Time. It is True Horizon as the field turns for home. Lady Oxford, True Horizon on down the stretch drive, and Brett McDonald and True Horizon was much the best and wins it and takes it by 4 lengths. Lady Oxford second, Get It Done Donna third, and Heartbeat and Sizzle was fourth. The one 58-3. True Horizon, Rob, we mentioned that this is the only one in the field with more than $1,000 to start this year, and well, adds to the bankroll with a winner's share.
Yeah, and I thought she was racing against much tougher horse than she had to face tonight. And I love the fact that Brett McDonald made up his mind to go forward off the gate. And even when horses on the inside of him were leaving out, he didn't deviate from that plan. Ended up getting to the lead and just really much the best in here. And I thought we might get 5-2 on True Horizon, but 2-1 I still think's not the worst price in the world, considering that I thought she was in pretty soft tonight.
Yeah, pretty solid effort overall, and actually, considering how much that she proved she was the best, 2-1 is actually fair. Number 5, Lady Oxford, came up with a pretty solid-looking outing.
Yeah, and our friend Chuck C on Twitter doesn't like releasing his plays until right before the race, but he sent this one out and said he thought Lady Oxford had a big chance in here. So if you ever combined, our picks with his on Twitter, it's a nice exacta with Lady Oxford finishing second at a good price.
And you did have Get It Done Donna as your second one. Got split by Lady Oxford, so Get It Done Donna finishes third. And then rounding out the field is Heartbeat and Sizzle. But you had the winner, True Horizon, 6-5-1-4. Race number 7, the top 4. Coming back in front of us is the winner of race 7. It is number 6, True Horizon. 7-year-old Vertical Horizon, bay mare, owned by Steve Adams, trained by Jacob Roberts. Brett McDonald, the winning driver. It's the 5th win this year, 19th lifetime. True Horizon, 158-3. The 7th race, about number 6, True Horizon. 690, 473, 25. Lady Oxford, 593, 20 and 1. Get it done, Donna, 350. $2 exactor, $53. Dollar Tribe, 111.80. Dollar Superfected, 250. A correction, 269.35. Note that the dollar pick 3 of 3 pays 29.70. The seventh race order of finish from the tops at 3564217. That is 3564217. Field for the 8th on parade. 1 is Sir Lucknow, Tyler Borthwick, Mike Tim Penowin, Wendy Warren to Penowin, Sea Spray Stables. Number 2 is Eddie's Crusade, Colin Kelly for Anthony Beaton and Hut Racing. Number 3 is Fill the Bank, represented for Graham Burgess. And 4, Tryon DeVee, Andre Goy for Gino Toscani. Number 5, Power of 4, Paul McKenzie for Clayton Miller and Natasha Miller. Number 6, La Playa Deo, Tyler Moore for John Lougheed and Dorian DeJong. Number 7, Fear of the Dice, it's Anthony Hahn for Rachel Andrew. And number 8, Words Escape Me, Lauren House for Scott McNiven and Thomas Broadhurst and Donald Douglas and Shirley Griffin. Field of 8, race number 8. Let's get a look at this field. And number 1, Sir Lucknow. Rob, I thought I'd be all alone with this one and that this one would be at a bit of a price. I'm badly mistaken.
Well, I mean, I thought this horse would take a lot more support than the 8-1 morning line. Was not expecting 3 to 5. I thought that this horse deserves attention in here because, well, first of all, look at the score down coming here from Tyler Borth and Sir Lucknow. I always shy away from horses with flip-flops, but he looks pretty good in the track right now, coming off that turn pretty strongly. Last time, Open 7 claimer at Georgian Downs. This is a massive drop down in class. I don't care that his purchase price goes up significantly. It's a big time drop in class because this is a non-winners of 15,000 lifetime, 15,000 condition claimer. 3 victories to his credit. Nobody else in the race has done that. In fact, only one has won twice in their life. So I thought he was one that actually looked like he should handle this group pretty easily from the pole position in his second start back off a layoff. But I did think we would get a much better number than 3 to 5 and hope that still floats up come post time.
And certainly the record last year, it looks good. And I saw that one at Flamborough Downs, 57-3. Strong performance. Others, you tried number 4, Tryon DeVee, underneath in the exactor ticket, 6-1.
Yeah, I decided to go with the horses that I thought were getting, class relief and were either dropping off their last or coming into a condition claimer for the first time. Tryon DeVee has been racing in open non-winners races. Last 2 now was a 10,000 here at Grand River. Now condition claimer, for the first time. He's hit the board in 5 of 9 this season, was second here 2 back in that non-winners of 10,000 life class. And I just think he figures to kind of take a step forward against this group. So 9-2 on the board right now. Wouldn't be surprised if that shortens up come post time, but I think he's a player in here.
And he did get off the gate well that June 10th start, got a pocket ride, and only one beat him. So Tryon DeVee is one you can try on the exactor ticket as you did. Number 3, Fill the Bank, was third in that race. The Tryon DeVee was second, and Fill the Bank fills your third spot on the ticket.
Yeah, one that gets to work from a decent post and was fourth to Calden Sick last time. I would certainly be all over Calden Sick against this group, and I just think another one coming into a condition claimer for the first time, has a victory already this season at Flamborough Downs and all winners of 1 or 5,000 life, and might just be able to get a favorable trip in here from post 3. And 15-1 on the board, that's a big overlay on this horse, especially if you get anywhere close to that in the exotics. I think that Fill the Bank is one that should be able to land somewhere bottom try or bottom super.
I didn't know what to do with number 5, Power of 4, but I do know that Clayton Miller puts up some strong numbers, especially in the win column. Paul McKenzie driving, but coming in from south of the border and no recent form.
Yeah, you've got to look at it and just on faith hope that Clayton Miller can kind of turn this one around. But the classification is going to be the big part of that, I think, and looks pretty fired up on the track right now. The time away is a bit scary, but when a horse that's off over a month, that's off form, you can make the argument and say, well, it's given the new connections, if they had him for a little bit of time, a little bit of time to get that horse turned around. Now, non-winners of 2, open non-winners of 2 to this class would be significantly easier, much easier, you'd say. 11-1 on the board and Power of 4, and I think one that could be intriguing in here.
One that I think you overlooked and that I used second is 2, Eddie's Crusade. Did some fine work. Fear of the Dice from post 7 won that one, but Eddie's Crusade gets post 2 in here.
Yeah, I thought that Eddie's Crusade was one that was going to take a lot of support in here, and that's why I kind of said, you know what, I'll maybe try others in here and hope for getting a favorite off the ticket. 5 to 1, certainly a bigger price than I expected under the two Eddie's Crusade.
And you're getting Colin Kelly and Anthony Beaton. Pretty solid connections there. It'll be Sir Luck now. 6-5 is the favorite with Eddie's Crusade and Fill the Bank on the inside. In the center, Tryon DeVee and Power of 4 to the outside. Love Play a Deo. Fear of the Dice and Words Escape Me. Field of 8. It's race number 8. They're into the stretch drive. Here they come. Field for the 8th race is at the start of the rough, and Tryon DeVee, Power of 4. On the inside, Sir Luck, now Eddie's Crusade, and Fill the Bank as they charge into the turn. And then it is back to Fear the Dice. La Play a Day when Words Escape Me. Sir Luck now with a head pole dangling down has got the lead. Eddie's Crusade on the outside is continuing that crusade and is moving up and wanting to clear to the front. Eddie's Crusade, though, might have to take back because Sir Luck now wants to keep on trucking with the lead. And now Eddie's Crusade is going to try to squeeze into the pocket and does so, working in front of Fill the Bank, and then Power 4 is filling the 4th position. Then it is Tryon DeVee, Fear of the Dice, trailing pair, La Play a Deo, and Words Escape Me. Sir Luck now 2-1, 27-4 the opening quarter, and they work their way off the turn, and it is Sir Luck now who's got the lead, but Eddie's Crusade is keeping a close watch in the pocket, and Fill the Bank is 3rd. Power 4 off stride after moving to the outside. Now Tryon DeVee is racing 4th, and then it is Fear of the Dice, then it is Power 4, back on the inside, La Play a Deo, and then it is Words Escape Me. Into the backstretch they go. And on top of a half of 58 is still Sir Luck now. Sir Luck now leads it, and there goes Eddie Crusade. Fill the Bank is scooting up a little closer and filling a tighter position in the pocket. And then Tryon DeVee is trying to get a little closer and is only a length and 3/4 off the lead. Eddie's Crusade alongside Sir Luck now. And then racing 3rd is Tryon DeVee. And then trying it 3 wide, Words Escape Me. On the inside, Fill the Bank, and 4 wide, Power of 4 is powering up. They're ganging up in behind Eddie's Crusade and Sir Luck now. And it is Eddie's Crusade. But here comes Words Escape Me. Power of 4 on the outside. Then Tryon DeVee and Fill the Bank. They're found out 4 wide. They come on down the lane. Sir Luck now on the inside continues on. Up the inside, Fill the Bank. Sir Luck now is able to hold on and win. Then second is between Fill the Bank and Words Escape Me. And Tryon DeVee, 2 minutes and 1/5. Sir Luck now with the head pole dangling the whole race was able to just keep on going. There's a look at that lovely pole, and it was a lovely effort by Sir Luck now.
It was. I mean, especially 27-4 opening quarter, and I love what Tyler Borth did at the start there. He was kind of in no hurry right off the switch, and then he accelerated into the turn to ensure that he had the lead, and he put Eddie's Crusade in the 2-hole behind him. Of course, that one popped early and couldn't get by. It was one that I was kind of fading in there. I thought would be a shorter price, and ended up being 1-2 fade, but was a bigger price in 9-2. Good effort. I mean, they obviously come home in 31-1, but broken head pole and all, he still finds the wire first.
Yeah, one thing I would say, maybe the next start you don't need that pole because didn't seem to need to have that on there.
Oh, and how about the price? I mean, we were 3-5 throughout the betting, wondering, how a horse that we thought we'd get a good number on was so low, and then, not often it's behind the gate. They click up 7-5, 9-5, 2-1. You actually got better value in one that was blasting out.
That race got pretty interesting on the final turn, and some horses, for example, Power of 4 next time out is one to keep an eye on. Now, did make a break, but what a huge recovery and put in a lot of work. Eventually dropped out of the top 4, but put in a lot of effort.
Yeah, he took a lot of money too late, down to 5-2, and when he came out of the hole, when he tried to accelerate, he lost his action, made a break in stride, had to be taken back to last, and then did make a big move again late. So yeah, he's one to watch next time.
And Words Escape Me at 25-1. Words Escape Me did a lot of work, was well back early, just missing getting up for second, 25-1.
Yeah, these exotics should pay really well. Fill the Bank, one that I thought would be able to send a nice trip at the ticket, 11-1 second, and then that one blows up the board in third. I think we're going to see some hefty exotics here.
Coming back in front of us, the winner of race number 8 is one Sir Luck now, a 4-year-old Sir Luck Bay gelding, owned by Wendy Bourne, Timpano, and Sea Spray Stables. Mike Timpano is the trainer. And Tyler Borth, the winning driver. Sir Lucknow's first win this year, fourth lifetime mile of 2 minutes, 1/5. Eighth race pouch, one Sir Lucknow, 630. 574.63 filled the bank, 874.98. Words escape me, 450. $2 exactor, 34.30. Dollar try, 310.20. Dollar super, $1,089. Eighth race payouts, order of finish rather, 152-47863. That's 152-47863. Field for the ninth on parade. 1JJ Powerball prepping down for Rachel Andrew. Number 2, a boy named Sue's Travis Henry for Jordan Summer and Blue Shoe Investments. And number 3 is Exit Smiling, Jay Harris for Stefan LeBlanc and Pierre Strasberg. Number 4 is Champagne Filled, Talmore for Ken Oliver and ICR Racing of Pefferlaw. Number 5, Pembroke Legacy, Lauren House for Samuel Taylor. And number 6, Braveview Bondi, it's Anthony Hahn for Dan Legacy and Edwin Bueller and Robert Van Ostrand. Field of 6, race number 9, purse of $11,000. Let's get a look at this field. And first up, Rob, we'll start on the outside. And right at the top of the page, it gives you a clue. Posts 5 and 6 assigned.
Yeah, it does, right? The race office, looks at the race and they decide, okay, who are the best 2 horses, and they ranked Braveview Bondi as the top horse, signing that one with the outside post, and Pembroke Legacy with the post 5, second, worst post, you'd say, as the second best horse in their opinion. So I do think it comes down to those 2 in here. Usually the preferred handicap races, we will take a stand against those outside horses, but that's when they have 7 and 8. I think with post 5 and 6 here, these 2 should be just fine.
And Braveview Bondi is one you've been watching at Mohawk.
Yes, he has been, and that win 3 back was an impressive one. I mean, you look at his first start on the circuit at Mohawk Park. Now we're at 11,000 last, and again, sources like Cadillac Miami, South Beach Champ, got a much easier spot in his effort, crushed them in 52 and 1, and has since had to move back up to that spot that he started in, and hasn't turned in poor efforts. Has just kind of been on the fringe and finished 5th last time, picking up a small share. So I think that he's the one that is the one to beat in here. Outside post and all, 3-1 on the board right now seems a little bit wild. I thought he'd be odds on in here.
Fans are on number 5, Pembroke Legacy, 2-1.
And I think Pembroke Legacy merits respect, and there's no question about that. It won 3 in a row at Western Fair in the preferred ranks prior to his latest. But I do think the race that he was in at Mohawk Park is softer than what Braveview Bondi was racing in, and this one finished 6th there after going overland. So I think that if you look at their most recent efforts at Mohawk Park, you'd have to give the lean or the edge to Braveview Bondi over Pembroke Legacy, but I do think they're the 2 in here.
Number 4, Champagne Phil. If you're just going to go with the horse with the most back class, that's where you'd land. And this one actually is still chugging along in the 12-year-old campaign.
Yeah, he is. He's been racing really well this year. He's got 4 victories, and he's hit the board in 10 of 20 at the age of 12. And you don't have to look too far down the program to see victories recently. He won the preferred at Western Fair on May 10th and was a winner in a condition race there on April 26th as well. His last couple, Grand River here rallied to be 3rd from off the pace. Not really his style of racing. And he had the 8-hole on that occasion, got away 9th off the gate. So I think that you've got to give him some respect in here, and he's more than capable of hitting the ticket.
And then we've got to take a look at 1JJ Powerball because, well, it gets the inside advantage. You see this one winning in a preferred 3 at London 3 races ago, but then the last 2 were in against a tougher and just okay. But inside post maybe can help.
I think so. Yeah, JJ Powerball's one that not known for early speed off the gate, but like we always say, the rail here at the river can create early speed for getting away in a good position, and I think JJ Powerball should be able to do that this evening. And he's kind of the type that at the top of his game, he's a preferred horse and can go with this group. And you see that, like you said, that preferred 3 victory 3 back. I think he's in deeper waters with the 2 outside horses today. But I certainly think that with the right kind of trip, he can make his way onto the trifecta in Super.
And I guess you have to talk about the number 2 horse, 8 wins on the year, has earnings more than $3,000 a start. A boy named Suze is having a fine campaign.
Yeah, and there's one class that a boy named Suze dominates, and that's the the middle claiming handicap class at Mohawk Park. And claimed out of that one on May the 27th and has come back to qualify well for his new barn. So might have a chance in here. I just think that, some of these might be a little bit too tough for him. He might be better suited back at that level.
Well, I think, Rob, we both thought that Braveview Bondi would eventually be the favorite, but the money is holding on Pembroke Legacy at 9-5. We both went with Braveview Bondi. We'll see if that's the way it unfolds. JJ Powerball is on the inside with a boy named Suze in the center. Exit Smiling, Champagne Phil on the outside. Pembroke Legacy, Braveview Bondi, Field of 6, Race 9. It is post time. Here they come. Giddy up. And the field for the ninth race is at the start of the rough, and Champagne Phil is going to uncork early speed. Pembroke Legacy, Braveview Bondi as they work on around the turn. Then it is JJ Powerball, a boy named Susan Exit Smiling, has got the trailing spot. Champagne Phil has got the lead as they race on to that opening quarter. Then it is Pembroke Legacy is racing second, and Braveview Bondi is third, 3 1/4 off lead. They're all with positions along the pylons. In fourth is JJ Powerball. Then a boy named Susan Exit Smiling. Champagne Phil at 6-1 for Tyler Moore. 27-4. Solid opening quarter. Pembroke Legacy is racing from the pocket and right in front of Braveview Bondi, who's on the inside third, 3 from the front. Then a gap of a length and a half, and then it is back to JJ Powerball, a boy named Susan Exit Smiling, and they race off the turn. Champagne Phil as they come on up to the half off that 27-4 opening quarter. Looking for that breather in the second panel. Halftime 57-4. 30 seconds in the second panel. And Champagne Phil, Pembroke Legacy is going to stay on the inside, and Braveview Bondi is going to brave it on the outside. Is 2 off the lead of Champagne Phil. And then a gap of a couple of lengths racing for JJ Powerball. A boy named Susan Exit Smiling is trailing the field. Champagne Phil hasn't fizzled out yet. Braveview Bondi on the outside. Pembroke Legacy is getting a pocket ride. Those three have some separation on the remaining 3. 3/4, 126-1. And Champagne Phil, as they roll to the top of the stretch. Braveview Bondi on the outside is trying to get closer. Is still a length and a quarter back. Pembroke Legacy is waiting for the passing lane. They turn for home. It is Champagne Phil. Pembroke Legacy up the inside. Braveview Bondi on the outside. Pembroke Legacy flies up the passing lane to win it. Champagne Phil was second. Then Braveview Bondi in fourth is between Exit Smiling and JJ Powerball. Pembroke Legacy got the trip at 2-1 and knew what to do with it.
I mean, they came down to trip scenario, and Lauren House got this one into a great position. 2-hole trip behind Champagne Phil, and I said I thought it was a 2-horse race, but I guess between my top 2 selections, it ended up being a 3-horse race between my top 3 selections in here. And Champagne Phil with a gritty effort to be second, and he's certainly been one that kind of swells up on the lead when he can get there, and is really racing well right now. A solid second for Champagne Phil, and Braveview Bondi, I think, raced well, all things considered, just ended up in a difficult spot in the 3-hole. When you end up in the 3-hole, if you have a chance to win, it's going to likely be from a first over trip, and that's what happened.
Yeah, just tough to come first up against a couple of other ones that are really good. You get the pocket ride, and that is the scenario. But yet you can't fault Braveview Bondi. Outside post position results in that getting away third when Champagne Phil pops out and Pembroke Legacy also leaves.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, really, the biggest hindrance to a horse that draws outside on any racetrack is when the horse is directly inside of you leave out. It doesn't hurt as much when horses further down leave out, but when the ones right beside you leave out, you're going to end up getting taxed at that first turn and then having to make a decision. And Anthony Hahn, opted to take a seat because they were going pretty good and early going there 27-4. The second quarter breather certainly helped them. They banged home. So it's going to be difficult for Braveview Bondi to close into that. But I thought it was still a solid effort to end up being third and not beat by very much.
Well, back in front of us is going to be the winner of race number 9 as we have a 5-4-6-1 top 4. It'll be number 5, Pembroke Legacy in front of us. A 9-year-old Better's Delight Bay gelding, owned by Samuel Taylor of Lucan. Lauren House, the trainer and winning driver, 5th win this year, 15th lifetime. Pembroke Legacy, 155-1. The ninth race payouts 5 Pembroke Legacy 620, 270, 220, 4 Champagne Phil 530, and 250 and 6 Braveview Bondi 220. $2 exactor, $1970 try, $17.45. The dollar super, $54.30. Ninth race order finish from the top 465 213. That's 465 213. field for the 10th on parade. 1, Tamil Houdini, Colin Kelly for Steve Bossens in ECS Racing. Number 2, Sizzlin' Hot Herbie, Natasha Day, drives and trains and owns. And number 3 is Andy over Eddie Hensley for Ashley Hensley. And 4 is Neon Lights, Tyler Borth for Jason Libby and Lori Keeling. And number 5 is Cena Magician, Garrett Rooney for Jennifer Pinkerton. Number 6 is Rapanahui, Brent McDonough for Greg Price. Number 7 on a streak, Samuel Fillion for Luke Blaine, Determination. Number 8, Aussie Lover, Jay Havers for Gord Remen. And 9 is Las Ballykeel Amigos, Scott Kohler for Joshua McKibben and Ballykeel Racing. Real nice field for the 10th race, features the Super 5-5, so we'd better get right to it. And we will start with number 1, Tamil Houdini is your top choice here. Tamil Houdini, 2-1 on the board. And I guess it didn't escape your attention that Colin Kelly, the last 3 times this one was driven by Colin Kelly, he was a winner off the front end.
Yeah, gets along fantastic with Colin Kelly, and also gets the rail to work from this time as opposed to the 6-hole last time at Clinton in the Legends Day trot. So I think just on that alone and his early speed, he's going to be difficult to beat in here. He should be firing out of there, and if he's on the engine with reasonable fractions or in the 2-hole, I think he'll be tough to beat.
One thing with a full field of 9, the fractions might not be reasonable because somebody can get stuck. It's a full field and a nice bunch. You know who I went with is 5, Cena Magician, and I talked about looking at just dollars per start this year. Cena Magician, 17 starts, 52,000. He's having a fine year. In fact, took a career best this year. He's getting better with age.
Yeah, he is, and he's had a nose, for the wire. 5 for 17 this season. He's been winning, preferred events at Western Fair. He's hit the board in 12 of 17. So just a real classy racehorse that post 5 shouldn't be much of a problem for him. He's versatile. He can race from off the pace. He can also blast off the wings of the gate if that's the game plan. So Cena Magician, I think, for me, the logical one to use alongside Tamil Houdini.
And a good measuring stick, Power and Grace, beat him last time out by just 3/4. Power and Grace is a really nice one. Others, number 3, Andy over, Eddie Hensley and Ashley Hensley. And this is one that had been racing at Mohawk and showing some decent speed. But the last time on the half was a winner, a front-end winner at Flamborough.
Yeah, I think that, this is a bit of a step up, obviously, from that spot at Flamborough. But I like the way this barn's been, racing lately at Mohawk Park. They had some nice ones on Saturday night there, and I think that they're trending in the right direction. And I think Andy Over is one that can be competitive with this group, especially if he can get a favorable trip. And from the 3-hole, I think that might be exactly what happens tonight. For this son of Andover's son. So I'm hoping that, this one gets a favorable journey. You can hit the trifecta or certainly land on that super high 5.
And from the trailer post, the Las Ballykeel Amigo of last year would probably have been our top pick in here, but is your 4th choice right now.
Without a question, he'd be my top pick in here if we went back in time a year. He was, 7 for 15 during that campaign, 12 of 15 in the money, and it was one that could really beat this group from anywhere, even from the trailing post. He certainly has not found that form this time around. He still hit the board in 7 of 12, and he's following out the horse I have on top, and I think it's blasting out of there. So if you like the 1, you got to like the 9, and he's the right price right now at 14-1.
And number 2, Sizzlin' Hot Herbie, missed the start due to lameness, and then it was an okay start at Clinton on the Legends Day, beaten 2 1/4. But could it be Natasha's day? She's already got a win with Bonnie Sunshine.
Yeah, I think so. And this is her own here with the Sizzling Hot Herbie, and just a consistent type. That always gives you a solid effort. He gets coming back off missing a week, but on a better rotation than he had last time. I think he's one that can be grinding right to the wire here. 11-1, I think, is an overlay on Sizzling Hot Herbie, and one that you have to have in the bottom end of the exotics.
And there's a last look at 7 on a streak, who we left off of our top 5 that we talked about, 2-1, but outside post didn't race as well last race after being really competitive against tougher before that. On a streak, post 7 sitting at 2-1, the favorite. Taking up their positions, Timal Houdini, Sizzlin' Hot Herbie, and Andy Over. In the center, Neon Lights and Cena Magician. To the outside, Rapanahui on a streak, and Aussie Lover. And the second tier, Los Bally Amigo. It's a field of 9. It's the 10th dash on a Monday night. As we're gathered at the river, it is post time. Giddy up.
Giddy up.
There at the start of the round, Andy Over, Cena Magician, Timal Houdini, Rapanahui as they work on around the turn. But right now it is Timal Houdini and Andy Over dueling for the front. Cena Magician is racing still on the outside. And Sizzling Hot Herbie, Timal Houdini. Oh, Timal Houdini made a break in stride and now is right out of it as they race on to the opening quarter. Andy Over, Sizzling Hot Herbie is racing second. Cena Magician is third. And then Los Bally Amigo and Rapanahui. Neon Lights, and then on a streak and back to Aussie Lover. Andy Over at 7-1. Leads the field on past the opening quarter. At 28-second opening panel, Sizzling Hot Herbie is getting the trip on the back of Andy Over. And Cena Magician is seen third. Los Bally Amigo is going to come to the outside right now, giving cover to On a Streak as they race off the turn. Rapanahui's on the inside, then Aussie Lover and Neon Lights and Timal Houdini as they race their way on up to the half. And halftime was recorded in 59-2, a 31-2 second panel breather as they work their way into the backstretch. It's Andy Over, and coming first over is Los Bally Amigo. Sizzling Hot Herbie is third. On a Streak's racing fourth, then Cena Magician inside 5. Then it is Aussie Lover, Rapanahui, and then back further. Neon Lights, they roll on toward 3/4 off of 59-2 halftime. And Andy Over still with the front. Andy Over at 7-1. Andy Over, Los Bally Amigo. Sizzling Hot Herbie up on the inside right, tight on the back of Andy Over. And On a Streak is sent out 3 wide. And then Cena Magician taking the short way round the turn. And Aussie Lover on the outside, but Andy Over continues. Here comes Sizzling Hot Herbie as they come on down the stretch drive. And Sizzling Hot Herbie now is charging hard against Andy Over. Sizzling Hot Herbie, is it Natasha's day? Yes, Natasha Day and Sizzling Hot Herbie. Then Andy Over and Cena Magician, and On a Streak, 158-3. Sizzling Hot Herbie.
Well, you said it before the race. It might be Natasha's day, and it certainly was. Sizzling Hot Herbie. Look, I picked this horse for 5th, but that was a big number on a classy veteran like Sizzling Hot Herbie here. Great trip, great drive, and emerged with a victory at a big price.
And it comes in at 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. So we get a couple of the outside ones on it as well. On a Streak and Aussie Lover, although On a Streak was getting action. But Andy Over did all of the work after Timal Houdini went off stride. But Sizzling Hot Herbie had enough class to be able to take advantage.
Does a classy veteran that always brings his best. This horse always tries right to the wire, no matter what the trip scenario is. And tonight, it just kind of worked out in his favor. And Andy Over, a nice effort from that one. Inherited the lead when Timal Houdini made that break in stride. But I think that the Hensley barn is one you want to keep an eye on right now. I see their horses trending in the right direction.
And also, we left On a Streak out, and I was a little worried. On a Streak started to get a trip and come on a little bit, and that's one that after that last race, a lot of fans backed On a Streak. That got down to 9-5, but still only manages just a lesser share, finishing 4th.
Yeah, these connections, typically take a lot of money at the windows, and I wasn't surprised this one got bet down. I figured he would take a lot of support. I would say a step in the right direction, finishing 4th against this group from post 7. It did get a bit favorable trip, but one that might keep on trucking and to a better result next time.
Well, it is at 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. Should pay nicely. We get 13-1 on top and 7-1 in the second spot, and a couple that you did use on your ticket. but not in the 1-2 spot, as your top one goes off strut, and my top one, Cena Magician, did not make the top two, as we right there can see on the board, finishing third. Coming back in front of us, number 2, Sizzling Hot Herbie. An 8-year-old, Here Comes Herbie, Bay Gelding. The trainer and owner is Natasha Day. Natasha Day, the winning driver. Is it Natasha's day? Yes. Bonnie Sunshine, Sizzling Hot Herbie, scoring 2 on the evening for Natasha Day. Third win this year for Sizzling Hot Herbie in a 23rd lifetime. The 10th race payouts. Number 2, Sizzling Hot Herbie. 28, 96, 10, 450, and the over 650, 420, and 5. Cena Magician, 320. Dollar win for $772. $2 exactor, $197.50. Dollar try, $214.85, and the $2 double, $124.30. And we had a 20-cent high five. 1,682.17. The 10th race order finish from the top. 912-836-457. That's 912-836-457. Well, that does conclude the live harness racing program for this Monday evening. Racing action resumes this coming Wednesday. Our first race will go to post at 6:30 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Christine.
Good night, Gary.